Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Joining us on this segment of the show is the head of digital business, Leadway Group, Diana Mulili. She will be discussing no lose guard, how Nigerians can protect what is dear to them. So welcome to the show, Diana.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then she also mentioned that Yoruba name is Folashade. So I said, okay, yeah, we're all together in this. Now, the no lose guard is a street lingua, and yet Leadway has turned it into a financial literacy message. You know, what's the thinking behind this, and what does it say to Nigerians? How do you view Nigerians planning?
Great. First off, to say that I'm very happy to be here, and in keeping with World Mariam Day, happy birthday, Mariam. So exciting to be here. And yes, our No Lose Guard campaign has been quite a success since we launched it in February of this year. Over 14 million views so far on the different social media platforms. And what it has is very short 1-minute videos that just give you a glimpse of everyday Nigerian life, and you get to see exactly how our products come into play in that. The reason why we decided to do that is because insurance, as we know, a very old industry, seen as very traditional, it's seen as only for the elites. We needed to bring it down to, you know, something more relatable for the everyday person, so that you can understand that this is here to protect you. It's actually a protection cover for you. And it's accessible, easily accessible on our digital platforms, and affordable. We've actually created mini products with as low as 10,000 bob, 10,000 naira. Sorry, I'm Kenyan, so I might Bob. Say Bob, yes. With as low as 10,000 naira, you can actually be protected with it.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting. So, like, I'm really interested in insurance, and I want to know, like, the 3 key things that you feel that Nigerians are living open, that Nigerians own, and they're living open to financial risk. If something happens, and how Leadway can, you know, come in to mitigate the risk.
So the first thing that we've seen that's very interesting, we see in our day-to-day is motor vehicles, cars. Underinsured, uninsured, only 25% of the cars you see on the roads are insured. And when they're insured, it's mostly third party, which leaves you vulnerable to all the risks that you face on the roads. You've seen cars burning, we've had of horrendous accidents that have happened on the road. So your motor vehicles first. Then homes. This is where everything we own is there. Floods. We are right now in the 7 days of rain, but it feels like it's 2 weeks of rain. We've seen the flooding. Our homes are not covered against floods, fire, and theft. And finally, our own lives. You know, ourselves. Should anything, God forbid.
It's God forbid.
God forbid.
God forbid.
Yes, please. Should
style.
anything unexpected happen, what about your loved ones? What have you left them behind with? And you know, when we look at how the wealthy pass on the wealth, they actually use life insurance to pass on wealth to their loved ones. So those are the 3 things.
Go on, Mary.
So, very important. Like, there's something you just mentioned, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think of that. But many Nigerians will tell you, see, financial planning is not for the average Nigerian. We're struggling to find what to put on our table and eat. We're not thinking of building wealth or passing on wealth. But what do you think Leadway, or what are the things that Leadway can teach, you know, a regular average Nigerian about habits, you know, that can help them to plan better financially?
Yeah, in fact, what you've just said is something we've seen across Africa. I'm Kenyan, like I said. Even in Kenya, insurance is never seen as a priority. When people list down their budget items, insurance is never on there. So what we're doing with our No Lose Guard campaign is we want to create a mindset shift to say, this is what you care about the most. You know, the things that you've actually listed in your budget that you want to purchase or you value, how are you protecting them? Then the other thing is to say that we've created micro products that help you start small. You don't have to start big, because sometimes, you know, when you start thinking about insurance, you think about the premium and you think, oh my God, that's expensive. Every month I will be paying this really expensive premium, or annually, I can't do it right now. You keep pushing it until the day you will need it. That's when it becomes urgent. So what you're saying is, start now, start small, as low as 10,000 naira a month. Some products even are at 1,000 naira per month. Yes. It can be for hospital cash. You know, we have traders who rely on their day-to-day earnings. We have people who are involved in heavy workloads. So personal accident cover for as low as 1,000 naira or even less. These are ways that you can start protecting yourself without thinking about insurance. In fact, I want to call it protection. Because when you say insurance, people just switch off mentally, immediately. These are ways that you can actually start protecting yourself and those things that you value the most in your life.
So just final question from you. Is there a way to design a plan that works with a person's ethics, a client's ethics? Because some of us live by rules and ethics, and some things that are general, we can't do them. For instance, I can't do any investment that is not ethical. Everybody's already doing it, they don't care. You know, ROI is high, 100%, you go into it. What limits is this? So what can you do about a client's insurance? Can you do a specific designed insurance plan for your client?
Okay, so before she answers that question, we need to do a quick break. When we return, she would get to answer the question. Please stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. We still have with us the head of digital business for Leadway, Diana. So you were going to answer a question before we went on a break.
Yes, I wanted to say that you're probably referring to Takaful insurance. And right now, as Leadway, we do not have Takaful insurance yet. We are looking at actually rolling it out probably in the next strategic cycle. However, with that said, we do work with different communities and partners to create products that would meet the ethical guidelines that they would give us. So it's a conversation that we can happily have with you or your community.
I like that.
Okay, so what would you say right now is your boldest call to action in terms of, like, for our viewers watching now, what will you tell them, like, in terms of guarding this month before it's too late this month of July? At least we've not even gone far. What would you say? What's your boldest call to action?
I mean, the first thing is no lose guard, though. Don't wait until something happens. Start now. Start with evaluating what is most important to you and come talk to us. We are on all the social media platforms. We are always available. We have our website, leadway.com, and we have a huge agency network across the country. Come talk to us and let's find which product will work for you. Can be your car, can be your life, can be your home.
So you mentioned earlier about the 10,000 naira lowest level. What exactly do people get for that 10,000 naira, and why should people put their 10,000 naira into that particular product?
So we call that our term life insurance product. And for as low as 10,000, again, God forbid, should anything happen to you or for the person you're insuring, the family will get a benefit of a payout of up to 1 million naira. So imagine that 10,000 naira is what you've paid for a year, not every month. God forbid anything happens, your family gets 1 million naira to take care of their needs or any obligations that might arise at that point.
Okay, so I think that's encouraging. It's a minimum, is something that is achievable within the minimum wage, and I think it's encouraging. It opens, it should reduce the fear
It
people
does.
have around.
It really
Because we
does.
used to think when we hear premium, you know what premium means?
Exactly.
Like this money that goes and never comes. And let me ask you a question about the informal sector. Because many of the informal sector, Nigeria is largely informal.
Absolutely.
And yet many of the informal sectors see insurance as something for the elitist. It's intangible, it's not necessary. So how do we address those Nigerians who see it that way, and yet it seems they really do need it?
You know, this is a great question, because last year we went into the markets. I was in mile 12 speaking to the traders there, the Hausa traders, the Igbos, you know, and what we got to find out is that insurance is really just misunderstood. Once we broke down exactly what the benefits are, they started understanding. And we got to start working on a product that we're actually about to roll out for the informal segment. We're calling them They Save and They Protect. To protect the traders and to also facilitate them having a savings culture. Because when it comes to this, what we're going for is a mindset shift. And a mindset shift is only achieved with consistency. So how do we help you start doing it now with what you have, where you are? We come to you and we make it easy for you to actually do it.
Awesome.
So on another question,
We are out of time.
Because people are asking this question because that they want to know how quickly do they pay out? Do they pay people if something arises? How quickly do you pay out if the families of the people actually need the money? Do they need to go through rigorous processes and stuff to get the money? Because that's important.
So the first thing is to say Leadway is the largest insurance company in Nigeria. And also we have a track record of paying out the most claims in the country. This you can check, you can verify. So what we've done is we've streamlined our internal processes so that we can make sure that claims are paid out as fast as possible. You know, we also have to do our checks to ensure that we are actually paying out claims that are valid. So that should not take time. 7 days is what we work with internally.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We've had with us the head of digital business Leadway Group, Diana Mulili, and she's educated us on why insurance is extremely important. I've been there, so I can say for a fact that it is. Don't overlook it. It's not for elitists. It is something we all need to consider. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you for educating us.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
That's how we can take on this segment. We'll take a quick break, and when we return, we continue with the show. Please stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.